So, good evening everyone, and welcome to our Sunday night guided meditation. We're going to begin with some chanting, beginning on page 19 in English, and then followed by the highest blessings on page 46. Right, does it in here? Better. To the Blessed One, the Lord, who fully attained perfect enlightenment, to the teaching which he expounded so well, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, to these the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha, we render with offerings our rightful homage. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, still had compassion for later generations. May these simple offerings be accepted for our long-lasting welfare and for the happiness it gives us. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and Blessed One, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Now let us pay preliminary homage to the Buddha. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. So, page 46. Now let us chant the verses on the highest blessings. Thus have I heard that the Blessed One was staying at Savatthi, residing at the Chithurst Grove, in Atapindaka's park. Then in the dark of the night, a radiant Deva illuminated all Chithurst Grove. She bowed down low before the Blessed One, Then standing to one side she said, Devas are concerned for happiness and ever long for peace. The same is true for humankind. What then are the highest blessings? Avoiding those of foolish ways, associating with the wise, and honouring those worthy of honour. These are the highest blessings. Living in places of suitable kinds, with the fruits of past good deeds, and guided by the rightful way. These are the highest blessings. Accomplished in learning and craftsman skills, with discipline highly trained, and speech that is true and pleasant to hear. These are the highest blessings. Providing for mother and father support, and cherishing family, and ways of work that harm no being. These are the highest blessings. Generosity and a righteous life, offering help to relatives and kin, and acting in ways that leave no blame. These are the highest blessings. Steadfast in restraint and shunning evil ways, avoiding intoxicants that dull the mind, and heedfulness in all things that arise. These are the highest blessings. Respectfulness and being of humble ways, contentment and gratitude, and hearing the Dhamma frequently taught. These are the highest blessings. Patience and willingness to accept one's faults, seeing venerated seekers of the truth, and sharing often the words of Dhamma. These are the highest blessings. Ardent, committed to the holy life, seeing for oneself the noble truths, and the realization of Nibbana. These are the highest blessings. Although in contact with the world, unshaken the mind remains, beyond all sorrow, spotless, secure. These are the highest blessings. They who live by following this path know victory wherever they go, and every place for them is safe. These are the highest blessings. So a time for meditation and opportunity to turn our attention more inward. Say, to awaken to the experience of mind and body in the present moment. And following the breath in, being aware of the breath coming in is that gesture of turning inward. So we're not doing anything special with the breath, we're just observing the natural flow of the breath. And noticing the different sensations associated with the breath. As it comes in through the nose or mouth, following the breath in down the throat and the sense of the chest expanding with the in-breath, stomach rising with the in-breath. Just being aware of the different sensations in the physical body in the present moment. Face, chest, stomach. So just awakening to the experience of the physical body here and now. So there's the sensations of the breath, and you also noticing, the sensation of the buttocks on the seat, the legs on the mat, feet either sat cross-legged or on the chair, feet touching the floor. So he's sweeping through the body in this way is a way just to initially just ground our awareness in the present moment. Of course, as the breath flows out, then the stomach falls, the chest contracts, and then the sensation as the breath flows out. Now, these different sensations might not be so clear initially. It's something we have to really practice and train ourselves with. So this is natural flow of the breath, flowing in, flowing out. Now we can't expect to be mindful of every breath. Thoughts will come up. Old habits of thought. But if we make our intention to just, stay with the breath as best we can, what it does do is we become more aware of our thoughts. And when we remember to come back to the breath, then we know, oh yes, the mind went off to think about that. Become more aware, and then we come back to the breath. So we use the breath to promote, awareness in the body and awareness of mind. In meditation, it's natural to experience what the Buddha called hindrances. Hindrances are those sort of mind states that hinder, like peacefulness and clear seeing. These are, sensual desire, aversion, doubt, more agitated states like restlessness, worry, fear, and the more dull states. So these are what we naturally have to experience in meditation. But the skill is to learn to, firstly, to recognize them, to be aware of them. And not with an attitude of really getting rid of them, but more initially just to learn to be aware of them and accept them as natural things that we're going to experience. So it's all okay. Okay to be restless, okay to have sensual thoughts, okay to doubt, but just be aware. So like some people might think meditation is about to get rid of these thoughts. But does that work? Maybe we like to have a peaceful mind. But this would be like, say there's ripples on a pond. And we want to have a nice calm pond so we can see what's in there. So we try to get rid of the ripples by pushing them down. But it doesn't work, does it? Just create more. So the skill is just to allow the thoughts to settle. Allow the ripples on a pond to settle. Don't interfere with them. So a sense of, these are the thoughts that are coming and going, but just as best we can, just coming back to the breath. So there's sort of a more accepting of the different thoughts that are coming and going, but incline our attention towards the breath. Knowing the thoughts that are coming and going and coming back to the breath. And it takes a sort of an effort, but it doesn't have to be a grit your teeth, willful effort, but just more relaxed effort, peaceful effort. This is what the Buddha encouraged, sort of breathing in, willing to experience the body, Breathing out, willing to experience the body however experiencing it. Breathing in, experiencing the mind. Breathing out, experiencing the mind. How will we understand these things if we're not willing to experience them? as we bring our awareness more to the mind and the body, maybe noticing how one affects the other. How the sensations of the body maybe relate to the mind state. For example, fear, anxiety, worry in the stomach. Or some emotion, feel it in the heart, throat. Now, normally with many of these mind states, our mind tends to spin off into time, worrying about the future, remembering something from the past, planning something. Restless mind plans. But when we get caught into the time, it just tends to keep these hindrances going. So to come back to the present moment, to experience the hindrance in the present moment. Like say, breathe in and out with the feeling of the anxiety or the worry. Here we're strengthening this, this ability to be awake, strengthening mindfulness, which is really the antidote for that facilitates letting go of some of these hindrances, when we can be aware of them in the present moment. There's something to to investigate, a sense of what hindrance we're experiencing, how it feels in the body, being more present with it. Or maybe we just have a peaceful mind without hindrances, that's fine too, but whatever. I would suggest, just trusting in this awareness in the present moment rather than trying to figure anything out. Or, getting into more the critical mind or judgmental mind. Just trusting with, breathing with the experience of the present moment. Or even doubt, oh, am I doing this right? Am I getting anywhere with this? Not getting caught into this way of thinking, coming back to the breath. if we're going to, to contemplate in this meditation, the contemplations the Buddha encouraged was just impermanence of these experiences, like these hindrances that they don't last forever. They change. They come and they go. And, reflecting like this can, encourage us to be just patient and peaceful with them as they exist, but knowing that they're going to cease. And, the skill of meditation is actually allowing them to cease. And, understand, these things are, we say, dukkha, unsatisfactory. And thirdly, the tendency to identify with them. I am a restless person, I am an angry person, I am a lustful person. The way we can create a self out of these hindrances. So rather than the I am, just say, there is restlessness, there is lust, there is aversion, whatever. They're not a self in them, they're just accumulated habits that we can, let go of. Sometimes it can feel like just one hindrance just flows into the next. But just with time we do learn the skill of allowing things to cease. And maybe experience moments of a clearing in the mind, where the hindrances have ceased for a short time. And this is the sort of quality of mind that leads to insight, wisdom. And a deeper understanding of these three characteristics of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and not self. So today we've had some heavy rain, and this evening I've reflected in this word rain in meditation. These words R-A-I-N. Recognizing, accepting, investigating, and non-identification. Something to reflect on. These important aspects in the process of meditation. Recognizing, accepting, investigating, non-identification. So we could finish with the chant on page 41, the reflections on universal well-being. Now let us chant the reflections on universal well-being. May I abide in well-being, in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings be released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action and inherit its results. The future is born from such action, companion to such action, and its results will be the home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts they will be the heirs. So we could finish with the closing homage.